Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Mick. Welcome to, I forgot where I'm at. Yeah, Evolution, Season 7, Round 2, in Qatar. We're just here now in the lobby, waiting for a few of the last people to join. Posted my stream in the chats. We'll be focusing on the main race in Evolution this week, and hopefully with enough time we can catch the last 15 minutes of the Apex of the Apex division. We just run through some of the races. Well, some of them, there's not a lot here at the minute. Don't recognise a lot of them. Start from the top. Benjamin in the Red Bull. Never raced with him before. Chris G in the AlphaTauri. Never raced with him. Robban, definitely raced with him before. He's in the Alfa Romeo. PGR Speary, he's in the Aston Martin. Raced with him. Liam Esk, he's in the McLaren. Never raced with him before. Sure, if I go into the app, I'm sure. Yep, he was the winner last week, so he's 1 for 1 currently. Dean, 1875. I'm sure that's Dino Casino. Raced with him previously as well. ZX Tenor, never raced with him previously. He's in the Aston Martin. We've got Mr. Wolford at the bottom, who I've raced with previously. I'm sure he's a reserve, and he's just waiting to find out what car he will be driving this week. So, as I mentioned, we're just waiting for a few of the last stragglers to come in and join the lobby. I've already sent a invite out. Let me get into the chat and I will send another invite out now. Bear with me one moment. Yeah, I've just sent another invite out to the lads in the group. So we're going to be starting at 9 o'clock. So you've got 6 minutes to join. Still waiting for a few more to join the lobby. Very slow. I'm sure there was only, look at the standings, I think there was only 12 who turned up last week. So hopefully we get a few more of a turnout. We get a better turnout this week. Let me look in, where are we? Qatar. We've actually got 15 confirmed for today. No worries, Manic. Always a pleasure, mate. So we've got 15. Could wish for a little bit of a better turnout. Could be 14, as Pro is 50-50. Stevie, 1, 2, 3, 4. My old teammate from last year in the Williams, so I've definitely raced with him before. I do know there's, let me look for the names. Full Send Dave, having a bit of a muggy turnout with his internet, just downloading the update now. So I think I've just seen a message pop up. He's got 9 minutes left. If he's in the group, he should just be able to join through quali. He should be able to pick his car and join through the qualifying session. Yeah, as you all should be aware now, short quali, 29 lap round Qatar. Bit of a getting in a bit of the deep end, guys. I'll be honest with you, I've never actually on the Formula 1 game, MotoGP yet. Formula 1, I've never actually done a lap around Qatar, so it's going to be a bit of a new experience from me. So yeah, it's just a point now of just getting these people in the lobby and get going. If anybody's having any trouble joining the lobby, stick it in the chat on the Discord, and we'll try and do the best we can to get you put in the lobby. Just waiting now. 3 minutes left. Let's just hope we can start at 9 o'clock and I can catch the last 15 minutes of Apex. I don't know if you're listening, Manic, but if we're still at this number when it hits 9 o'clock, Are we just going, or I don't know the actual procedure what to do? Whether we just go, 9 o'clock's the time. You've all been tagged. You know what time we start. If you're not here, then it is what it is. But surely we've got to have more than this. Surely. 9 races. Yeah, there we go. Got it confirmed now. So whether you're here or not, we are off at 8. So anybody in the Evolution, you got 2 minutes on my clock. Got 2 minutes to join. If we go, we can just, hopefully, like I mentioned, they can just join during qualifying. But it's pinned in many messages. We know the start time's 9 o'clock. Sorry, no, I'm in Spain, so I'm an hour ahead. We know the start time's 8 o'clock. Don't want to get people confused there. And that's, we're just waiting now. Yeah, Qatar, from what I've seen of it in the races that I've watched, very fast flowing circuit. Turn sector 1, sector 2, a little bit twisty, but once you get out through a quarter of sector 2, so the remaining bit of sector 2 and all of sector 3 is pretty much pedal to the metal. Turns 11, 12 and 13 reminds me of the last section in Austin. Quite flowing. There we go. We've got Prowler, it's just joined. We've got Wazza, it's just joined. Don't recognise them. I do know in this league there are a lot of newcomers that have just joined the league and just joined the Discord. So we've got 1 minute, guys. Bit of a muggy turnout, 11 people, but it is what it is. So we've got a few chatting in the chat. Now, if you want, we can go. Let's go. Any of you tuning in want to ready up? I don't seem to have an option for the moment to ready up. Yep, Stevie, if you want to start readying up, then you can. Because I can only go onto the settings screen. I don't have a button here to ready up. So if you're watching the stream, guys, and you're in the lobby, start flashing your X buttons and we can go. Hello, Stephen. Hope you're well, my friend. Yeah, all good, Stephen. Covering from a bit of a long weekend, if I'm being honest. Right, yeah, Manic, yeah, that's what I could have done. Just stick it in the chat, make sure I'm in the chat. Oh, you got there before me. Dave Wright, evening, mate. Not too sure which racer you are. Could be Stevie, I'm not too sure. Full send, Dave. Okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. No, I've drunk all the beer. I drank all the beer in my region of Spain, Stephen. Yeah, birthday was Sunday, along with Taylor Drift. Happy birthday, buddy. Share the same day. So here we are now. We're a go. Full send, Dave. If you don't make it, we've just gone into the lobby now, mate. But I'm sure you should be able to join through the group invite, and then you just pick your car, and you'll go from there. I'm sure you should know what car you're in. So we're here now. Just there you go. It'll be 1 minute. Yeah, session's just starting. We've got 10 seconds till the session starts, Dave. So you should be able just to join, pick your car, jump in, and you should have enough time for at least 2 runs. coming out at the minute. Can't even get my spectator menu up, so we're just going to have to wait. Six people watching, thanks guys. If we can get some more, that'd be nice. But I'm just, here we go, now we're off. 12 in the lobby. Yeah, well done mate, well done Dave. See you on the track soon. All good, I'll be here now. I'll be here for the rest of the season, Dave. I'll be doing, last week I'd done Apex, but I didn't get the invite to watch the last 15 minutes, and by all accounts I missed an absolute storming finish. But yeah, I'll be alternating every week. So next week I'll be back in Apex, and I'll try and catch the last 15 minutes of Evolution, and vice versa every week until the end of the season. So right, let me get my spectator menu up. We'll get the lap delta on, we'll get the track map on, get the telemetry on. Keep the fastest lap off, no point going for tyres, we know what everybody's on. First one out the pit is Dino Casino, I'm sure that is. And a bit of the layout here at Qatar reminds me a little bit of Bahrain, if I'm not going to lie. Here's a fun fact for you, you can tell old Mick's been on Google. Qatar and Japan are the exact same length. The track is the exact same length. There's a little bit of I'll call it inside knowledge. You know, Mick's been on Google this afternoon, so I do love a little bit of a Google search, I'm not going to lie. So everyone's filing out now, filing out the pits. If I can just jump onto the app quickly, I'm sure I've got the times from the TT. ZX Henna was first, Chris G was third, Liam Esk in third, Kimo, who's not here tonight, in fourth, Stevie in fifth, Roban in sixth, Wazar in seventh, Full Send Dave in eighth, Pro in ninth. But I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's all good doing one lap round a TT with everything on optimal, but trying to do that 29 laps with tyre degradation, a lighter car, track limits. We get track limits in TT, but it's a completely different kettle of fish in my opinion. So Dino Casino's just starting his lap. I like to jump on board, so he comes now down into turn one. Picks his braking point about 70-80 metres, gets the car tucked in, doesn't clip the apex, but rides the curb on the outside. Well, no, he doesn't ride the curb on the outside. That's what I suppose, because the track limits are an absolute, I was going to swear there, but I won't swear on the stream, is an absolute pain in the derriere. So you just want to try and get it nice, hooked up, get a decent lap in on your first time round. Had to lift off the throttle there, a little bit there, Dino Casino, so already he knows he's got time to find. But it's all about getting the lap in, your first run, and then that leaves you free to attack your second run and your third run. Again, tyres, I don't know how long the soft tyres will last. Dean has invalidated the lap. So we're now on board with Mr. Wilfred. If I do get your names wrong, guys, my apologies. It's just, yeah, it is what it is, fellas. So, right, Mr. Wilfred, sector time. Let's try and keep an eye on this. 55.8 from Mr. Wilfred. Got some yellow flags there. Maybe it's cars getting out of the way. That's the very fast section there of 11. Oh, he's overcut as well. The next car behind is Stevie, my old teammate. He looks like he's on a very... No, he's coming down now, attacking the last corner. So he's going to be the first person to set a representative time. A little bit of a tank slapper coming out the last corner. Get the car straightened up. And we start off with a 1:23.5 from Stevie. Try and catch these drivers filing them behind. Kimo is here. My apologies, sir. I didn't think you was here tonight. I didn't see your name. He's on a 1:23.4. Goes into pole. Alpha Aston Martin Sperry just crossed the line. Got another Aston Martin coming now. I think he's invalidated his lap, so he's going to he's built up his ERS, so he's going to go for attack another second lap. So we'll try and get on board. I think it's with Robin. He's just going to cross the line, puts himself into second on a 1:23.2. Car gets out of the way, even though he's on the lap there. Coming around here now is the Red Bull of Waza. Very wide line to get a good run, or is he? Yeah, he's on his fast lap, and he crosses the line in a 1:23.6, puts him into 5th place. Now it looks like we've got Ferrari into the pit lane. Well, here you go, Chris on his out lap, Chris G. First time I've been on board with Chris G. Got a few maybe now coming across in the start line, but I'm already on board with Chris G, so we'll stick on board with him. We'll try and keep an eye on these sector times if we can. Sometimes we get too engrossed in the action on track. Got a car nicely pulled over in front, the Red Bull. Kudos to you, sir. Kudos. It takes that really nice. Takes as much curve to widen the corner. 1:26.9 first sector for Chris G. 55.8, I think. Oh, X10er. ZX10er goes first on a 1:22.6. Very close. Very close. No, not a problem, Manic. We're on to 13, mate. It's not a problem. Not a problem. So we've got a 54.6. Now that was much faster than, I think that was Stevie. So 54.6. That was nice through that sector there. Nice through that section of track. This looks like, oh no, and he's lost it. That look. Don't worry, Chris G. Don't worry. That looked like a very, as I will call, bang tidy. Yeah, Dave's in the lap. That was like bang tidy lap up until that point. So you know you've got it in you, mate. Get yourself back in the pits. Strap on a fresh set of boots, and we go again. So we're now in the Mercedes. Full send. Dave managed to get the car out, and he's invalidated the lap. I'm sure ZX10er should be on an in lap now, unless he's he's low on the RS, so it's not a problem. BX Berry's come out again. No, he's 1.9 seconds down. Is he going to attack this lap? He's got 59% of VRS. Is he going to go full gun? Let's see. Let's stick with him to the end of the first sector. See if he's up or he's down. Riding the curve, nice. Find the curves here. As I mentioned, I've never drove a lap around this track, but the curves don't seem to throw you off as some tracks do. So Spirit is half a second down. So I think he'll call this a day and he'll come into the pits. Wazza. No, he's invalidated his lap. There's another Red Bull just coming up. He's on an invalidated lap and he's low on. So I think this will be into the pits. No, he stayed out. Oh, but he's on. But yeah, I would have gone into the pits there on Benjamin. He hasn't set a representative time yet. He ain't going to be able to get around and put a decent time in with 8% ERS. Liam Esk, the winner from last week. Let's see what he's got. Attacking it nicely. It's down the gears, up, rides the curve on the outside, gets the car straight. What's his 55.0 for the second sector. We have seen faster from Chris G. He was down in the 54s. Chris G's on his out lap, so I think we'll jump on board. We'll jump on board with him when we can. Up to the last turn, up to the last corner. Gets through it nicely. Gets the first lap on the board for himself, and it will be a I've just jumped off. This fell out my chair. 1:23.0. So he puts him up into third place, and very tight. Very tight. You've got less than a second, about just over a second, separating the top 7, and there's not too much for Prowler and Dean. I reckon they've got a bit more time in them. Wilfred's on his lap. Takes a lot of curve there, a lot of curve on the outside. I think you could improve there next time round. Just wants to try and get a nice representative time on the board, and then he can attack on his last run. just keeps it in the lines, just keeps it on the black stuff, at least one set of tyres anyway. Second sector, 155.3, pretty much as the others, some of the others have done. Everyone's filing into the pits now, getting ready, maybe 2 runs, or they get 1 run now. So this should be Mr. Wilfred's first competitive lap. Let's see what he can put down. Get on that DRS. 123.5 puts him up just behind his teammate in 6th. The 2 Ferraris are 5th and 6th. Now let's jump on board with Chris G. Oh, I don't know if that was a little I think I just caught the end of that. Whether he got put off by that car in front of him, I'm not too sure. I only caught the end of it, so I don't want to comment too much. But again, guys, if you feel you're impeded, straight into the report channel and let the stewards deal with it. No arguing in the chat. We've got a fantastic set of stewards in this league, so just let them deal with it, and all incidents will be dealt with accordingly. Oh, he just keeps it on. Just keeps it on the track. So Chris's first lap will be a 1. I think this could be a good time. This could be pole, I think. 1:22.5. It's a great lap, and I think he was a little bit put off by that car in front, so Chris G could still have some time to find there. And I hope that 11:08 is not his date of birth, November 2008, because then that's crazy. So here we are now, full send Dave, last driver now to try and set a competitive lap. Just starting the beginning of sector 2, and here's the section I was talking about where it's quite free flowing. This is a fantastic set of corners. Any corners like this, you have them in Austin, Qatar. You used to have it in Turkey as well, the old famous turn 8. It's an amazing set of corners. Stevie's on a fast lap. We'll try and jump on him as soon as we can. Prowler's on a fast lap. Robban's on a fast lap, so we'll try and jump on him as soon as we can. We'll just finish watching Dave. Full send Dave. Sticks it across the line. 1:23.6 puts him up into 9th. Now we're on the board with Prowler. He's getting brilliant. That was nice from you, Prowler. That was Prowler, full send Dave. Robban, he's on a fast lap. 2 tenths down on his time. A lot of people now starting their out laps. If I do miss anybody on track, my apologies, guys. Yeah, I'll try and keep on as much as I can. We've got Prowler who pulled off, so he could have another one in unless he's going to come into the pits and put some more boots on for his last run. Got Dino Casino, I'm sure that is. Robin feels that wasn't the lap for him, so he's got enough time to get in, get out again. Liam Esk, the winner from last week, what's he got? This could be his last run. As a matter of fact, it will definitely be his last run. He won't be able to get round to a cool down lap unless he's got enough fuel. Oh, runs slightly wide there. Well, not slightly wide, very wide. I'm going to jump on with it. Oh, he's invalidated his lap. Now here's Extender. Can he pressure the 2 guys in front? He's got 2.5 tenths to find. But Chris is still in the pits. So Chris could be one of the last men setting his lap. Now he's just under 2 tenths up. It depends how much time did he think he lost, or how much time can he gain in these last 2 sectors. Nicely tapped up to the apex there. Wise the curve on the outside. That was very nice there. Very nice from me. ZX10 is too much. I'm just going to call you X10er. Oh, a little bit of a twitch on the exit of the corner. He's got a pretty clean track in front of him, so you can give it full beans now, all the way to the finish line. Oh, just rode a little bit of the curve there. Kind of unsettled the car. again, so engrossed in the driving, and I missed these sector 2 time. So here he comes now, gets on the throttle as quick as he can, straight up to the line, stays as left, no point going to the right, you'll lose yourself time. And a 1:20, 2, 3. He stuck the gauntlet down to Chris G. Is the track ramping up? That's the question. Unless he can try and get that ERS up and he's got enough fuel on board, maybe he can get a cool down lap and then go for one last run at the end, but I don't think he'll be able to get back into the pits and out again. Who knows, I could be wrong. Who's this on track? Who's the lead driver? Dean. Here's Dean on he's 2 tenths up. We wish to be finding a lot more than that. You have to find a lot more than that to move up, unless he made a big mistake in this last corner and he gains bundles of time. But he crosses the line in a 1:20. He did, he found 4 tenths, 1:24.5. Brings him a lot closer, but doesn't move him up anything. Now Kimo, let's call him Kimo. Or that maybe let's call it, maybe that is his name. He's coming around the last corner now. He sets a time of a 1:20.24, moves him up into second. So the track must be definitely ramping up now. But have they come out too early? Because Kimo is definitely never going to be able to get in and get out. So unless he wants to try and build up his ERS, he's going to be a, I wouldn't say sitting duck, but yeah, he could be a sitting duck to all these drivers behind him. Stevie's just started his lap now, he's the lead driver on track. Chris G's just come out on his out lap, he's cut it very fine. He wants to be the last one across the line. Bit of tactics there from Chris G. But yeah, he should have enough time to make it round, but he's going to have to go some to get round. Stevie now, what's his sector time saying? Half a tenth up. Climbs all over that curve. Feathering the throttle around that part of the track. Now I think that's an Alpha. But he's on his out lap, so it could be the Aston Martin will be the next car, and I think that'd be Speary. So we all in his lost time now. So he's going to have to go some now to try and improve. But same as Dino, he could have lost a lot of time coming around these fast flowing sections. Don't think that car in front's going to disturb him much. Does Dino improve? That's the question. Does he improve? No, it's Stevie, sorry. My apologies. Stevie, he improves by 2 tenths to 1:22.60, gets up into 4th. Now I think Speary's the car just behind, and he's invalidating his lap. 46%, he might be able to gun it. Now, ZX10er and Kimo, their qualifying is now over. Is Speary going to be able to get around in time? I don't think he will. Now, Speary, he's as over. Stevie, let's go on board with Chris G. I just see that he was 2 tenths up, but he's one of the last ones out. So what's Liam S got? He's just coming up now. No, he's just up turn 1. The Mercedes, Full Send Dave, he's in front. He's just about to come across the line. Can Full Send Dave improve? It looks like it. He improves by 1.3 seconds and he goes to pole position by half a tenth. That's what you call pulling it out of the bag when you need to. Great lap there from Full Send Dave. Mr. Wolford, next man on track. Closely followed by the Mercedes. Let's pick that out. That would be Prowler. What's Mr. Wolford got in him? It's now or never, guys. He improves by 2 tenths up to 10th. Prowler, what can he do? Prowler improves by 2 tenths but stays last. Liam-esque and then Kimo. Chris G. It's down to these last 2. What a lap by Full Send Dave there. Pulled it out of the bag. Your internet's working fine now, fella. 1:22.4 puts him up into 3rd. Now what's Chris G's coming to the pits. He invalidated his lap. So that's it. Qualifying over. The last man to join the lobby is the man on top of the lobby. It's that man on top of the standings. Full Send Dave in first on the 122.3. ZX Tenor, good qualifying on the 122.3 also. Liam Esk on the 122.4. Look how close it is. That is some racing, guys. You've got a second separating the top 10 drivers. That is some going, guys. Brilliant. Absolute brilliant qualifying there. So, Full Send Dave, ZX Tenor. We'll go through the list now. So, Full Send Dave, 120. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it was a nice lap there at the end, mate. Dave, that was a brilliant lap there from you. Look at them gaps. So quickly, Full Send Dave in first, ZX Tenor in second, Liam Esk in third, Kimmo, in fourth, Chris G in fifth, would have hoped for a bit better, I thought, after that first run he done. CB in sixth, Wazza in seventh, Speary in eighth, Robban in ninth, Mr. Wolford in 10th, Benjamin in 11th, Dean in 12th, Prowler in 13th. There we go. That's the qualifying done. Can't get over that. Look at that. 9/10 between the top 10. I think this is going to be a close race. It'll be a very close race. But as always, guys, as always, the old adage, you cannot win the race in the first corner. You cannot win the race on the first lap. So let's keep it clean. Everybody get through. And then, also, guys, formation lap is off. Formation lap is off. So get your tyre, get your strategy sorted, and I'll repeat it again, formation lap is off. So be careful with that. Pretty decent here in tracks like Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and what's the last one I'm thinking of? Abu Dhabi. Very rare, or you'll be very unlucky to get rain. But I've raced in the rain around Abu Dhabi. But yeah, it's very rare that you'll get rain around these tracks. So we're just waiting now for everybody to stick on their setups. Possibly be one stop strat. Whether you go medium to hard to medium. Might get the odd driver want to try and get the hard to the soft. Don't think safety car. I might have more than likely jinxed it now, but safety car on the track. The walls look very, very far away from the track, so we're going to jump on board. 5 lights, and we're off. And it looks like ZX10 got a great. The McLaren of Liam Esk got an absolute brilliant start. Oh no, guys, red flag. I was just saying at the start, keep it clean. As mentioned there in the beginning of the comms, guys, no disrespect, I call it how it is. That was not a great start, guys. Come on, you're better than that. You're all better than that. You're better racers than that, guys. Or could that be a lobby lag? I'm not too sure. So got a few DNFs. I'm sure I see the Aston DNFs. Here we go again. 5 lights, and we're off. Liam Esk retired from the session spirit. We've seen that. So we've got 2 retirements already. Kimmo is in first place, followed by Stevie. Wazza in third. Let's get some. It's just kind of shocked me a little bit, that, guys, that start. Not gonna lie. Landed lap there. Details, position change. Stevie, obviously they've all jumped up because of what happened at the start. A few cars going wide. This gives Christian off this car off track at the back. Full Send Dave's been pushed down into 9th. So we've got Kimmo in first, Stevie in second, Wazza in third. So these guys have benefited from the action, lack of action in the in the original start. Chris G in 4th, Mr. Wilfred in 5th, ZX Tenor, who I actually got caught up in that incident, but he seems to have survived to the after the red flag. 3 second time penalty already for full send Dave, and we've got loads of penalties. I've just noticed that. Penalties. Few have got. Chris G's got 5, Wilfred got 5, Dean got 5, Roban got 5. So maybe some of them could be contested. We'll see. Tyres. Stevie on the hard, all the rest of the field on mediums. Pretty much status quo as it is at the moment. Mr. Wilfred falling slightly. Is he in the car? Yeah, it looks like he's in the car. Mr. Wilfred falling slightly out of the DRS. Chris G is all over the back of Wazza. And I think he may have got Wazza on. Yeah. Oh, space, guys, space. That's caused them two now to fall 1.2 seconds behind. ZX10 is having a battle with Benjamin. Roban, 39 seconds, he's maybe had to pit. 40 seconds off the back of the pack. So Kimmo still out in front, being hotly pursued by Stevie, albeit on a different tyre. So this could be Stevie's chance, just to sit on the back, stay in DRS range, and hopefully use Kimmo, I have to call him that, Kimmo to pull him away from the cars behind. Chris G has now cleared Wazza. But also what you need to take into account, which is a bit of bad luck, but these guys with the fastest laps all coming in now, these guys with the 5 second time penalties will have to serve them in their pit stops. So everything can change. Got no battles. ZX Tenor. It's pretty much status quo as we are at the moment. Kimmo followed by Stevie, followed by Chris G, Wazza 723 in the Red Bull, Mr. Wilfred. Chris G is now going for a move on Stevie. They're battling side by side, but that's kind of a given the tyre differential between the two. Stevie's got himself back in front. Careful with the corner cutting, guys, as well. Now them two battling has give Kimmo the chance to get 1.5 in front and has pulled Wazza back into this pack. So Kimmo just wants to keep doing what he's doing, get his head down. Mr. Wilfred 3 second time penalty. You're going to find them now start pulling in. Battling again between these three at the second, third and fourth. Wazza going for a move. Bit of a sloppy start, guys, I'm not going to lie, guys. So we've got Stevie. That move has put Wazza and Chris G completely out of it. They've fell right back now to the middle of the pack. Benjamin's just doing what he's done. What's happened there? Wazza's DNF, and does that brings out a safety car. That brings out a safety car. Robin's going to be licking his lips for that one, as he can now get onto the back of the field. Wazza is DNF'd. I didn't see what happened there. I'm sure there was contact with another car, as there has been for the majority of the start of this race. So I don't think, unless they've got damage, don't think they'll pit. Or maybe some of these drivers with their 5 second time penalty, will they choose to come in and eliminate that penalty under the safety car? That could be an option for them. Where are we? Penalties. So it could be an option for somebody. We've got 3 of the guys with a 5 second time penalty. Now, what you don't want to do is come into the pits to eliminate that and then get a drive through, just speeding in the pit lane. Wazza's left the session. Unlucky Wazza. So now we're down to 10. Got 10 drivers left on track. Now, what's Chemo going to do? Chemo's pitted. Stevie, surely not. Stevie's going to take the lead of the race. ZX10 out, stays out, sorry. Benjamin's coming to the pit. Mr. Wilfred into the pit. Chris G into the pit. Full Send Dave stays out. And Dean have all come into the pit. So the drivers with their time penalties have now all come into the pit. And they're going to now get rid of their 5-second time penalties. And you don't mind falling to the back of Chemo. Chemo puts the soft on, and so does Dean. So they're definitely going to pit again. So now it's all changed at the front. We've got Stevie, ZX Tenor, Full Send Dave, Prowler. It's quite legitimate, that name. That's all he's been doing, just prowling at the back and just waiting for all the accidents to happen in front of him. And now he's pulled himself up in the 4th. And I think he actually started last. So, excuse me if he didn't, but I think he actually started last, and now he finds himself up in the 4th place. Chemo will be on the attack once the safety car goes in. Benjamin on the hard. Chris G on the hard, just pitted. Mr. Wilfred on the hard, just pitted, albeit still with his 3-second time penalty. Dino Casino also on the soft. He'll be on the attack after the restart. And Robin is just thankful the safety car come out. I think it could be out for one more lap, because I don't think Robin will catch up to the pack by the time we hit sector 3. And there we are now. The safety car has just entered sector 3. I've just seen your message in the chat, Liam Esk. No worries, mate. On to the next one, buddy. On to the next one, mate. Still early in the season. You've got 12 race season. It's the second race. You've still got 10. You've got a win under your belt. So we're just waiting now for the whole pack to catch up. I very much doubt there'll be a sign for the safety car. Prowler's coming to the pits. And on that note, I'm just going to go and get myself a cold beverage. Back just in time. Now I'm sure the safety car will be in this lap. Let's jump on board with Stevie. Now you've all seen it in the Discord about safety car, the restart procedure. Safe, there he is, he's got the call now. So hopefully let the safety car run away, maintain a decent speed, don't accelerate and decelerate, causing the pack to scrunch up behind you. Be interesting to see Chemo, keep calling him the wrong name, but never mind. Should actually know his name, because Kim is an actual Spanish name, and I've got 3 mates called Kim, so. Now, Stevie's holding the pack up, doing it as nice as you should do. And you don't want to go too early, because you've got a very long run down here. They've both got the jump on Full Send Dave. Now is he going to make a move into the first corner? Stevie goes defensive. Is he going to try to cut back? He gets a much better drive out of that corner, does ZX10er, but I think Stevie's done a nice bit of defensive driving there. But he's all over his trumpet. Now I think he's getting into this corner. He's got the right hand side, there you go. But again, you kind of expect that with the tyre, with X10er being on the medium tyre. Now let's jump back. Oh, we've got 4 all backed in the way now. I think Stevie in front of us just had a bit of a tank slap up, but these 4 here now, these front 4 are nose to tail, and you don't have Benjamin too far behind. And Chris G, who I think could have done better in qualifying after seeing that first lap, and he just managed to get a little corner cut to invalidate his last lap. There we go, here's Kimo, down on the inside of Full Send Dave, bit of tyre banging, oh, sends it around the outside. Full Send Dave drops down behind Benjamin also. Maybe there's a bit too much tyre banging there, kind of threw him offline slightly. But Kimo is going to be trying to attack, he's going to be in full attack mode. He needs to make these soft tyres work. He can't be on the soft tyre and sit behind these 2 in front. He needs to get over, he needs to overtake these as much as possible. And he's got the run on Stevie going down into turn 1, who thus has the run on X10er as well. Now they're going to go from, Chemo's going to sit back saying I'm not having none of that. He's just going to sit back and bide his time. DRS should be activated the next lap. But Dino Casino and Prowler don't seem to be making their soft tyres work as much as Kimo is. Mr. Wilfred's right up the back of Full Send Dave, but let's get back to this front battle. ZX10 is doing what he needs to do. 5 or 6 laps time, Stevie's is going to be the tyre to be on, I think. We've got 19 laps left in the race. All these front 3 have to pit again. You would think, could think Mr. Wilfred and Chris G possibly are the only 2 drivers in this race that shouldn't have to pit again. I don't think, but then their tyres will be screaming blue murder by the end of the race, so it depends. But again, all of this is safety car dependent. There we go now, Kimo around the far section. The track's just not very wide. Wilfred's just got Full Send Dave, but I want to stick on front. Full Send Dave another 3-second time penalty. But I just want to stick on board with this battle here at the front. Now DRS, oh, these 2 are struggling. Kimo's got DRS for days over these guys. DRS, I see it come up. So now that's him. That's 1 down, 1 to go. Now you'll see that that is an absolute superb overtake. Drifted it round the outside and then down on the inside. That is an overtake for days, that is. I'm sure we'll see that in the Discord later on tonight. So now Kimo wants to do what he can and pull away from these guys, because the next time on the straight, ZX10er and oh, Stevie's gone wide and he's let 2 cars go through, 3 cars nearly go through on his inside. Caution, sector 2. Who's that? I think Full Send Dave's gone down. Full Send Dave's dropped down. So now, yeah, look, we're getting a second gap now. So it's down to Mr. Wilfred, who's right on the back of Benjamin, who has Chris G right on the back of him, and Stevie right on the back of him. We're a bit disappointed to be down in 6th place now, Stevie, after he was, and they've 2 back-to-back penalties there just come up. Or was that just Benjamin? But Benjamin's the only one that just come up there. But yeah, as before, as I said, Kimo's just kind of checking out up front at the minute, but maybe 2 or 3 more laps and then tyres ain't going to be in the best state. But then he's on 11 lap meter. Wilfred's got Benjamin. Yeah. Oh! Oh! That was a bit of a lunge from Miles back there. I think Stevie's now got wing damage. He's going to have to pit again. It's just a safety car. Who's gone round there? Chris G's gone round. Robin's retired from the session. He's retired in the pit lane. I think Chris G is going to be absolutely gutted with that. He's let's come off. Has he got wing damage? Yeah, look, his left end plate is off his car, so he's now got a pit again. So he's going to be disappointed with that. So now we're down to 8. We're down to 8 runners. ZX, all the man in 6. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers behind Kimmo now have penalties. But he's kind of checked out now at the front. He's 3 seconds out. 3 seconds out in the lead. You got ZX Tenor and Mr. Wilfred. Won't see me racing here again. Lads, all the best. Why? What's happened there? What's happened there? I missed what happened there, Dave. I think I caught just the end of it. I don't know what happened. But if you feel hard done by, you just stick your clips in the stewards, and the stewards will take care of it, as mentioned in the lobby prior to the race. So sector 3, Chris G is DNF. Is that in the pit lane? So now we're down to 7. Carry on at this rate, I think Kimmo could be driving around by himself. ZX10. Oh, ZX10 has just had a big tank slapper. Big tank slapper. That allows Mr. Wilfred, who's actually a reserve driver. So, if I remember correctly, if he can finish where he finishes, but does everybody move up 1 position, or does he get his position? I'll have to get that verified. I'm not 100% sure. But we've got Ferrari 1-2 now. Could Mr. Wilfred go to the end? That's the question. He's on 6-lap old hards. You're looking at another. So you're looking at 19 laps on the hard. Don't know. Everyone's, well, no, you've got Stevie at the back here now. He's got 52% ERS, but he's a long way off now. He wants to try and get back to the field as much as, well, fielded, all spread out. So again, we've got 7 runners left. Kimmo in front by 4 seconds. Mr. Wilfred behind. Got X10 right behind him on tyres that are going to be wearing off now. He's less than a second behind him. 8 seconds behind them, a Prowler, 6-lap old softs. Dino Casino, I haven't really mentioned him much, but he's just been going around doing what he needs to do. He's in 5th, albeit 22 seconds behind Prowler. Benjamin on fresh mediums. I think him and Stevie may have had a bit of a collision. That maybe caused Chris G to break his wing, hence the reason that he went into the pits and DNF. So Kimmo's just doing what he needs to do out in front. I just hope we keep enough racers on track to get to the end of the stream. Because if we end up with, I'm going to be honest, if we end up with 5, 6 racers just driving around, seconds being second gap between quite a lot, maybe the admins won't like this, but if it ends up a situation like that, 5, 6 racers racing around, I'm going to jump straight into Apex. I do apologise, but that's what it'll be. Won't be sitting there on stream just watching 5, 6 drivers racing around the track. Kimmo is now holding 4 seconds to Mr. Wilfred behind him. ZX10 is right on the back of Mr. Wilfred. Get DRS, but he's just got no ERS to back it up. And then there's a 10-second gap, 21-second gap, 8-second gap, 5-second gap. So it's mainly just these two who are close to be battling with each other. But each lap that goes past ZX10, his tyres are going to be dropping off. His tyres are going to be getting worse, and every lap that goes by, Mr. Wilfred's tyres are going to be getting better. So if Mr. Wilfred can just try and keep it on track, keep it straight, try not to do too many mistakes, and ZX10 will be pitting well before him. And who knows, as mentioned, I think Wilfred could possibly get to the end. Stevie now sets the fastest lap, albeit he's on fresh medium, 1:25.7, I think I see that. He's getting the gap back, try and give everybody a bit of screen time. Now that cost Mr. Wilfred big. If he does decide to stay out, that's 2 penalties now, I'm sure he's got. 2 3-second time penalties. Yep, 6 seconds. 6 for Mr. Wilfred, ZX10 on 3, Dino on 3, Benjamin on 3, Stevie on 3. But I think there'll be a lot of stewards reports being put in, so the finishing position, there goes ZX10 right at the inside on them old medium tyres. Wow. 13 laps left, could he push? Now, what's Kimo done on the soft tyre? Let's have a look. He's done 9 laps. So could ZX10 be pushing here now? What's left? 10, 13 laps. 3 or 4 more laps on this tyre, and then he could possibly come out on the soft. Let's check these guys behind. There's nothing yet. He's in a race of his own. Dean got 13 seconds in front, 19 seconds in front, 7 seconds behind. So he's in kind of a race of his own. Benjamin kind of also. Stevie's just foot to the floor trying to catch up. Now, I've always found if you can see the car in front, that just gives you a little bit of impetus, and you could just see the car of Benjamin going round that corner, and there you go, look, you can see him again. So that might just give Stevie the extra, another penalty for Dean. That might just give him the extra bit of oomph to get a bit faster and try and catch the car in front. 5 seconds now. Due to that battling between ZX10 and Wilfred, and they're still going side by side, they're still going at it. These two are still going at it. Let's just stick on board with these two. That's all the action we're going to get. Another 2 3-second time penalties in a lap for Dean. That's now put him in catching distance with Benjamin, but albeit Benjamin's got a penalty himself. Kimo's out front, doing what he needs to do. These two battling is just extending the gap that he has. Oh, Wilfred had a moment there coming off the exit of the corner. Now it all drops down to when do these two guys in front, when do they pit? 10 laps on the soft tyre. I didn't think the soft tyre would do that many laps. And he's still eking out the gap in front, Kimo. Now, will these hard tyres hold through this part of the track a lot better than them warm mediums? Yeah, you can physically see him gaining, look. And then now he's going to get the ERS. Dropped a bit on that corner though, attacked the curb, took too much curb. But you'll get the ERS, DRS, sorry, I always get them two mixed up. Down on the DRS, hasn't really got a lot of ERS to defend, albeit as ZX10 to attack or defend, so I don't think he's close enough now. Prowler's pit on 9 lap hold soft. Just see Kimo's lead drop under 5 seconds, so his tyres could be falling off a cliff now. Maybe you'll find that he'll be in at the end of this lap. Mr. Wilfred, he knows these two cars in front of him have got to pit again. Whether he might have to pit, I don't know. Kimo is the only driver currently out on track with no penalties. That's so. Now, if you can get around 29 laps of Qatar without getting a penalty, that is some going, that is. And kind of, if you do something like that, you kind of deserve the win, in my book, being honest with you. But yeah, look, his lead's now under 5 seconds. Now let's jump on board, even though these two are, well, there's nearly a second between. Let's jump on board and see what Kimo does. That's definitely a, oh, I was just saying that. There you go, he pulls into the pits now. Well, ZX10 follow him in. Mr. Wilfred is new race leader. Mr. Wilfred's new race leader. Now what tyre is Kimo going to strap on? Is he going to strap on another set of softs? He is. He's strapped on another set of softs. I wouldn't be surprised if ZX10 does the same. Yep, there you go. So these two should catch Wilfred quite fast. Another 3-second time penalty for Dean. So from here on out, 10 laps left, including this one, 18 seconds. Mr. Wilfred just wants to keep it as clean as he can, try and do as less mistakes, albeit he's got a 3-second time penalty. So I believe if I really only a 15-second, he's got 6 seconds. Ooh. It's going to take some doing, that will. Take some doing. For all those that are watching, sorry guys, you've only got seven races on track. I do apologise for that. If you stay tuned though, as soon as this race finishes, we'll get to the title screen at the end of the race, and we're going to jump straight into Apex. I started 15 minutes after this. There's another. Now that has completely done Mr. Wolford's race, personally, in my opinion. We've only had one safety car. Mr. Wolford pitched. Mr. Wolford pitched. So this is Kimo's race to lose now, if I'm being honest. Yeah, we've only had one safety car, so Apex started 15 minutes after us guys here. So surely we should be able to jump in and grab the last, I don't know, last 8-9 laps of the Apex. Depends, if they've not had a safety car, then it could be only the last 4 or 5 laps. So Kimo gets Wilfred. I'm sure ZX10 will also get Wilfred. It's going to be very tight. No. And Wilfred's out on the soft also. So this is looking, well, I'll say he's looking like a 1-2 for Ferrari, penalty wise. Yeah, look, ZX10 just got to stay within driving distance of Wilfred, and he's just got 6 seconds over him. As long as he can maintain his race penalty free for the rest of the remaining 9 laps. But yeah, Kimo out in front, drove a superb race, albeit a bit of luck at the start, because we had Liam-esque and Speary. I reckon they would have been a force in this race. Chris had a bit of an unlucky race, full save, kind of all of them. Robin finished in the pit. Wazza got put into, well, not put into the wall, went into the wall. I don't know if that was by another driver or not, I'm not too sure. I only caught the end of it. Dean, another one. I think if you get to 28 seconds, you get disqualified from the race. That's some doing, that would be. Kimo fastest lap, 125.3. Stevie, I think we'll be going to the end. There, it's in at 124.5. But he's got 7 seconds to catch Kimo, so I don't think, and he'll have to negate Wilfred also, which I think he could do that, because he's catching him like a house on fire at the minute. There we go, there's only one driver, my apologies. We've got a battle here between Stevie is gaining on Benjamin, who, if I remember correctly, pit on the same lap, so their tyres should be the same. Yep, there you go, 8 lap hold mediums. Dean on 11 lap hold mediums, the only one kind of out of sync. We'll keep the penalties up. Get rid of that. Mr. Wilfred and ZX10 are catching, albeit very slightly, Kimo up front. But the problem is none of them have ERS, so even if you do get the DRS, I don't think the slipstream's enough to make the overtake. You're going to need a little bit of ERS also. See what I mean? It's exactly what I was just talking about. Look, I just don't think there's enough with the DRS. Making gains on him now, besides against making the move. Just try and stick as close as you can to him for this lap, and hopefully get him on the next time round. But they just took 5 tenths. They just took half a second out of Kimo. But I don't think Kimo should be too worried. These two have both got penalties, albeit ZX10 and they only have 3. Wilfred's got 9. That should still keep Wilfred on the podium, as Benjamin's 22 seconds behind. Prowler is on what tyre? He's on much fresher tyres than Dino Casino, so I can see Prowler catching him. Oh, just gets on the brakes there, ZX10er. Now, last time round, he actually flew around this part of the track. He looked a lot better than Wilfred did, this part of the track. So he's now trying to get as close to him as he can. Negate these last two corners. Wilfred kind of had the better of that corner. Takes a wires line, comes in. Now, at the beginning of the straight, he didn't catch up with him, but by the end, he got, and you could, oh, yellow flag. That is Prowler, I believe. Either just gone off track. Yeah, because he was behind Dean anyway, I think, unless they got close and they've come together. Got a 6 lap left. I don't think they can do it, but maybe if anything, if these two start battling, then definitely they haven't got a chance. But if they can work as a team, but then they're in different cars, and actually Wilfred's teammate is out in front, so Wilfred could do his teammate a solid, because he's not going to drop off the podium. He can do his teammate a solid here and just keep ZX10er held up, and that pretty much, well, it's pretty much guaranteed already, but nothing's a guarantee in Formula 1. Will guarantee Kimmo the win for sure. Close coming together there, nearly. But yeah, Kimmo out in front, doing what he needs to do. Drove a fantastic race, if I'm being honest. No penalties. Wilfred in second. ZX10er. He seems a lot closer this time. Let's jump back on board. Benjamin got himself a 3-second time penalty. I'll go and look at the penalties in a minute, because he's a lot closer now. As close as he's been the last few laps. And he's let his ERS build up. As you can see in front, Wilfred is flashing. So I think this is going to be taking candy from a baby, I think. He goes, takes the defensive inside line, leaves space on the apex. That's great defensive driving there by Mr. Wilfred, I'm being honest. And the more these attack and get involved with each other, it's just going to... Benjamin's coming to the pit. Now, has he done that to try and nick fastest lap? Stevie's now up in the 4th place. Wilfred, that's it. Wilfred definitely got no. He's got 12 seconds of penalties. Let's check the penalties. 12 seconds for Wilfred. Still safe on the podium, so that's not a problem. If ZX10 is smart, he maybe know that he ain't going to catch Kimmo in front. He knows that he's going to get Wilfred on penalties, so 2nd place is pretty much sewed up for him, unless he decides to start battling with Wilfred and come together, and it could put an end to both of their races. But again, look, Stevie's 27 seconds behind, so I can't see that happening. As he was the previous laps before the last one, he's kind of far back, so I don't think he'll be getting him this time round. Albeit the ERS difference, I don't think he'll be getting him. Still not applying his ERS though. Kimmo's maintaining that 6.5 second gap to the cars behind. So it's just a matter of seeing out these last 4 laps. Nothing really interesting happening, but we'll finish the race with these guys, and then we'll jump straight into Apex. Run quite wide there at ZX10er. A bit of a moment on the exit. Prowler just got Dean. Let's go back to these. We might have a chance of getting back now. The ERS is on 0. Pulls to the outside, pulls to the inside. Got the driver racing line. Yeah, that's a clean, decent overtake. He managed to get him easy. Back to these two. Now he's pulled out nearly a second now. Yeah. But I find this is where all just had to readjust there. I thought, because normally this is where, yeah, look, he's fell out a second now. That's normally where he catches Wilfred on that part of the circuit. Through that long right hander or triple right hander, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, getting further and further back now. Of course, sector 1, sector 2, who's had an incident there? Is that Prowler and Dean had an incident? Yep, I think that is. Prowler and Dean have had a coming together at the back there because they were very close. Dean's got another 3-second time penalty, taking him up to 15 seconds. No, 18 seconds took them up to there. Gap's coming down to Chemo in front, but not enough to catch him with them penalties in the last 3 laps, I don't personally think. Heavy on the brakes there, Mr. Wilfred. Now, could this be... Yeah, look, he's built up now to X10. X10 could be playing a smart... Chemo's got 3 seconds. Chemo's got 3 seconds, and they've now caught him by another half a second. Now, I could see in that penalty give ZX10 a little kick up the booty to... Because look, 5.7. Could... Now he needs to get as close to him as he can. This is where he gains on him now. And look, he's got a load of ERS now compared to Wilfred. Dean's got another 3-second time penalty, pushing him up to 21. Now this is the closest he's been for the last 5-6 laps. Wide line. Wilfred had the tanks up. This should be it now. This should be it. This should be it. He's just bided his time, X10er, and now he's got the move clean. Yeah, look. Now, if somehow these last 2.5 laps, doubt it very much, but they're both on an even kill now with 3-second time penalties, so we won't have nobody finishing the race with no penalties, albeit Kimo done a very good attempt. Just got his penalty now on lap 27. Now, let's keep an eye on that clock. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's keep an eye on that gap. Albeit he hasn't dropped Wilfred as much as I thought he would. Yeah, I don't think he'll catch him. Now, if Kimo gets another, he's only got a 3-second time penalty, so it's going to take him 3 more warnings. But if he somehow, Mr. Wilfred's got another one. If he somehow gets another penalty, that will give X10 the bit in his teeth to try and catch him, because then that will only put him down to 2.6 seconds. But that gap's not dropping down. And Wilfred's staying right on the back of him here. Dean's in the pit. Come on, it is. Wilfred's on a 1-lap fresher tyre also. It's too far back. Given the ERS that he had. Mind you, he's gone down to 9% now. He was on 40% not long ago. 4.8 seconds now the gap. Now, can he see it? There you go. Look, he can now see the leader. So will that give him a little bit of impetus? But I think it's too little too late, in my opinion. Yeah, too little too late. Kimo got a car in front. Got Dino in front. ZX, there you go. That's definitely put pay to it now. Maybe pushing a bit too hard. ZX10er managed to pick up a 2nd penalty. I think that's Dino Casino out the car. His car is not solid. What's the word I'm looking for? Can't remember the word I'm looking for. But it looks like he's not in his car. Wilfred's fair 1.1, and it's through that part of the track now. Look, this is where I find ZX10 has been strongest the whole race. I think he's the strongest driver I've seen through that part of the track. His red lights flashing in front. Has he just got back in? There you got nothing. Sorry, mate, I don't want to laugh. Sorry, mate. But if I laugh, no hard feelings, guys. Yep, he managed to get back in DRS. So, Kimo on the last lap to home. So, a pretty much outstanding race, albeit with all the commotion. Started with 13, ended with 7. Hopefully next week we can get a lot more numbers coming back. Race winner from last week was out on the first lap. I think there'll be a few incidents in the incidents reports this week, so good luck to the Evolution stewards. I think you're going to have your work cut out for you this week, lads. So 6 or 7, 8 more quarters. Wilfred's now right back up the chuff on ZX Tenor, but it doesn't really mean nothing because he's up there on 12-15 seconds worth of penalties. So it's pretty much going to be status quo as we are finishing the race. Coming through the guts of sector 3, second to last corner, finds the curb. Stevie, 3-second time penalty, right at the very end. Tips the apex. Kimmo will jump off board. We'll watch him cross the line. Great race from Kimmo. Kimmo in first place. ZX Tenor in second. Mr. Wilfred in third. Stevie will stay fourth. Benjamin will stay fifth, maybe. Let's check the penalties. 9 to, oh no, it's very close. Prowler needs to find half a second. Prowler needs to find half a second. No, yeah. I'm lost here now. It's been a mad race, if I'm being honest with you. Well, Benjamin needs to, yeah, but Benjamin's got that time now. So let's stay on board with Benjamin. Snip and tuck, right to the end. He's got it back under now to 8.6. Could this be that bit of the track now as he just earned himself 5th place? I think he may have done. Unless he loses the time around this corner. So Benjamin finishes 5th, but soon to be 6th, I think. Yeah, I think Prowler got him. So we get ready now to jump into the Apex division. Yeah, Benjamin finished 6th. Get ready now to jump in. Mr. Wilfred, driver of the day. My commentator's driver of the day would have to be Kimmo. Kept it out in front, got out in front and didn't look back. So let's quickly run through the order and then I'm going to jump straight out of the lobby. Kimmo in first, ZX Tenor in second, Wilfred in third, Stevie in fourth, Prowler in fifth, Benjamin in sixth, Dean in 7th, and non-classified races were Chris G, Full Send Dave, Roban, Wazza, Liam Esk and Speary. Now that is it for the Evolution division for this week. Let's hope for a much cleaner and a lot better race next week and with a lot more races, and I will see you for the last 15 minutes next week. Stay tuned in as I am now jumping into Apex. Right, let's see what Apex, let's see how many races we got in the Apex. Apex division, who I was on last week, the winner, Edge, was it something Edge? He's actually not racing this week. So I'm on spectator mode. We'll actually call it under safety car. We've got 8 laps left. Max Stubbs in first, Jazz Peace in second, Disco Bobby in third. Now let's drive through safety car for Speechy. Speechy, you're here this week. Drive through safe. Just I've come in just to see your drive through, speeding under the pit lane drive through. Position change. Max Stubbs up 1. Jazz Peace up 4. Disco Bobby up 4. Destructive J and Basson, as they were last week, the lead and overtakers. Penalties. Winsword, it's a new one. I didn't see him last week. In 6th, Lee Webb in 7th. Craig MC in 8th. Rumpskill in 9th. Speechy in 10th for a drive-through. Rattigan in 11th. Stops. 3 stops. That explains it. That explains a lot. So now the whole track's together. We'll jump on board with Max Stubbs. Safety car in this lap. We've got telemetry enabled. Don't need lap delta on. Full track map. Right. Let's get a decent safety car restart. Let's get that safety car out of the way and back to green flag racing. Speechy, albeit he's in 10th place, has got to drive through at the worst possible stage. Keep a constant speed. Max Stubbs, let that safety car get right out of the way. Now when does he go? When does he go? You've got Jazz Piece, Max Stubbs, Jazz Piece, Lee Webb, Craig MC and Rumpskill all on no penalties. Max Stubbs has gone. Max Stubbs has gone. But I don't think he's caught Jazz out that much. Disco Bobby's been kind of left behind a bit. And they've caught Jay out. Basson's right of it. So we're up on these front two. Everyone should have a full tank of ERS. That sun's pretty much, we didn't have that on the in the other lobby. Ratagon, 5-second penalty, ignoring the other flag. Surely that would be removed. I can't see what that's for, even though I'm not on board with him, but surely that would be removed. Doesn't have to pit again, so he'll be able to get that removed. Surely. So Jazz Piece, right on the back of Max Stubbs. Disco Bobby, so it's all kind of status quo. Ratagon, very fast racer Ratagon, so hopefully I see him work his way through this field. Speechy, 3-second time penalty, mobile warning. Come on, Speechy, I'm just doing, and you got 2 penalties, mate. That sun's very low. Look, make it difficult for the drivers. Jazz Piece is 2.5 tenths behind Max Stubbs. So BRS could be activated this lap, or it could be the next lap. They all put under. There you go, got a great lap. Look, he's on soft. Max Stubbs is on hard tyres. So now, will Max Stubbs just let him go? Disco Bobby fastest lap, 1:25.5. Now, will Max Stubbs just let him go? Try and stay on the back, albeit he's got Disco Bobby right on the back of him as well, his teammate. Jay's a further 1.5 back. Winsworth is 1.1 back on the hard tyre. Basson on the medium tyre. Ratagon's on fresh soft, so Ratagon should be chewing his way through this field. Should absolutely be. That was quite a little bit of a corner cut. That could have been a warning there. Yeah, Max Stubbs is kind of falling off the edge here now. Could be under attack from his teammate. Is he going to let his teammate go? That's the question. I don't know if any of these are reserves or they're full-time racers. Will he let his teammate go? Because the more these battle, the more Jazz Piece. Mind you, there's still 6 laps left, so them tyres could fall off a cliff. In the other lobby, we see them do 11 laps on the soft tyre. This sun's very low in this lobby. I didn't see none of that in the Evolution lobby. Mind you, it's daytime. Ain't Qatar normally a night race? I don't know what's happening there. I think that's why we didn't see no sun, because the other lobby was a night race. So here we go. DRS, he's got the run on his teammate now. Will his teammate make it difficult for him? No, he won't. Jay just got within a second. Jazz Piece fastest lap, 1:23.3, 1:25.2 from Jay. I'm sure that's going to be done now by Ratagon. Ratagon should, well, he's had to overtake some cars. Ratagon's up into 7th place. Ratagon is absolutely on the charge. He's on the charge, Ratagon. Penalties. Ratagon has got 5. So theoretically, I didn't see nothing wrong with that move, so Ratagon could get that penalty removed. And if he gets that penalty removed, Ratagon is in a very good position here. Ratagon could be pushing for a podium here. Ratagon could be pushing for a podium. He's got his teammate in front of him. No, his teammate's behind him. Dan White and Slavy M, sorry I didn't see them. They've DNF'd out the race. Jay's now within a 10th. Within a second of Max Stubbs, so Max Stubbs could be coming under extreme pressure here. But albeit again, look, he doesn't have a time penalty, so he can get some of these back. Lee Webb takes Winsworth. Oh, surely that's giving him some damage. Surely that's giving him some wing damage, and that's a free position there for Ratagon. Basson with a time penalty. Winsworth with another time penalty. Basson's up to 9. Winsworth up to 12. Ratagon is on an absolute charge here. He needs to get Lee Webb as quick as he can, and then he's got 2.5 seconds to get to Jay. Disco Bobby has taken Jazz Piece. Ratagon fastest lap. I knew it was only a matter of time.
Disco Bobby's on the medium tyre. Could these tyres from Jazz Piece be falling off? They're now on 9 laps. So Max Stubbs is on 11 lap old hard. His tyres could just be coming to him now. So the person on the best speed cheat, 24-1, there you go, mate. The person on the best tyres, I would say now, are Jay and Bobby. They have penalties. They have time penalties. Rattigan doesn't have a time. It shows he's got a time penalty, but I'm sure that 5 seconds will get removed. Lee Webb's only on 7 lap old softs also. So it's very close, as it was last week with the top 4. This is a brilliant division, this Apex. You're going to have some brilliant racing here this season. You're going to have some absolute brilliant racing here this season. Let's go, Bobby. He's out in front. Rattigan, that penalty will count. That penalty will count. There you go. Now the DRS comes active. But he's not got a lot of DRS to play with. Neither has Max Stubbs, neither has Jay, and neither has Lee Webb. None of them have. Jazz Piece. Is he close enough to make a move? We found in the other that you gain so much in this last bit. Gets on the brakes, decides against the move. Jay's all over the back of Max Stubbs. Jay's only got 3-second time penalty. Lee Webb could be looking to make gains here as well. Because if we can change the gap to the leader, right, there we go. So far, Disco Bobby. So theoretically now, the net podium is Jazz Piece winner, Max Stubbs 3rd, Lee Webb. Jazz Piece 1st, Max Stubbs 2nd, Lee Webb 3rd. But he's just fell out of that 3 seconds now, so he needs to try and get his foot down and try and stay on the back of the car. But look, he's 3 seconds behind Rattigan. No, he's not that far behind Rattigan, so he needs to try and stay on the back of Rattigan for as long as he can, and he could possibly push himself up onto the podium. And we'll go back now. Jazz Piece, 3 tenths behind Disco Bobby. All he needs now is, look, that light's flashing, so he needs to get a dip, and he's got a much better run out of this corner now. Again, setup wise, I don't know. Disco Bobby looks like he's got a fast car on a straight line. But now with the DRS and ERS, he's not using his ERS. Disco Bobby, he runs quite wide, Jazz Piece. And all this is doing, these two battling, is letting these cars behind. Jay's just sitting there now watching all this unfold. Rattigan slowly pulling up on them now. Lee Webb. So we've got 6 cars all within 2 seconds basically. It would have been lovely if there was no penalties in them top 6. It says 8 for Rattigan, but I'm sure that's only going to be 3. Oh, Rattigan's had a moment there. Lee Webb should be able to get him on the outside. There he goes down the inside. There you go. Position taken by Lee Webb. There he goes, right on the back of Jay. Jazz Piece and Disco Bobby, 1 and 2. 2 laps and a bit left of this race. I love this part of the track. Amazing to watch the cars go through here. Jay's kind of fell off these front 3 now. I think Max Stubbs will be the driver now on the best tyre. 13 lap old, 10 lap. Yeah, but Disco Bobby's going for a move on Jazz Piece. And these two battling, it's just going to bring these cars behind into it. Bit of rear wing action. Max Stubbs, right on the back. Any mistake from these drivers now is just going to let at least 2 or 3 cars go beyond them. Rattigan's progress is kind of stalled at the minute. Maybe it's because he's got caught up in a DRS train. Basson holding firm, albeit he's got rub skill behind him. So let's get back to this battle at the front. So we've got Disco Bobby, Jazz Piece, Max Stubbs, Destructive Jay. Windsward has just took the fastest lap off Speechy. Now, depending on how your car's set up, as we see in the other lobby, Kimo was not Kimo, ZX10 was absolutely flying through that part of the track. It looks like Disco Bobby's got himself a nice decent. Rattigan's got another time penalty. He'll be spitting feathers, he will. That's kind of put him out of this main system. Now down to the top 5, I would say. Disco Bobby's got a nice decent gap there. But I suppose these two behind, it's all about just staying on the back of him, because he's going to lose places due to his penalty anyway. Unless something's happened previously, he's been pushed wide and he's gained the penalty that way and not got no more warnings, then he can get that removed. But I very much doubt it, especially around here in Qatar. So last lap, Disco Bobby, Jazz Piece, Max Dubs. It's very hard to overtake on any other corners unless you risk it. So this, what we're looking at now, could be the finishing order, barring penalties. So it looks like the finishing order could be Jazz Piece for the win, Max Dubs second, Lee Webb in third, Disco Bobby in fourth, Jay in fifth. But it's still just under half a lap to go. Disco Bobby's holding his half a second. I think Jazz Piece could be possibly just sitting here thinking, yeah, I'll stay there, sector 3. Who's that? Who's gone round? That could be Rump Skill. That's just gone round. He gets overtaken by Craig MC. So on board with Disco Bobby out the final corner. He will take the win, but he will drop down due to that penalty, and that's gutting when you actually win a race and all you go is for one penalty. So Jazz Piece, Max Dubs, Disco Bobby. Oh no, it was Lee Webb. It was Lee Webb that had the accident. No. Oh, he just lost the podium on last sector. So we've got Jazz Piece, Max Dubs, Disco Bobby, Destructive J, Lee Webb, Rattigan in 6th, who was on a charge at one stage. Craig MC in 7th, Rump Skill in 8th, Basson in 9th, with his teammate Speechy in the Williams behind him, and Windsward 11th with the fastest lap, I'm sure. So that was very nice to catch that last little bit of the race there. A nice little battle there, albeit there wasn't a lot of overtaking, but it's always nice to see close racing when you got maybe 5 cars all within a second. Speechy driver of the day. Don't know how that's happened. I can't pick a driver of the day. I've only joined the last 7-8 laps there, so we'll just run through the final order for you, get it all on screen. Jazz Piece in first. Max Dubs in second, Disco Bobby in 7th, no, obviously grid position, Disco Bobby in 3rd, Destructive J in 4th, Lee Webb, who actually qualified on pole, so he'll be sick as a dog, in 5th, Rattigan in 6th, Craig MC in 7th, Rump Skill in 8th, Basson in 9th, Speechy in 10th, Windsworth in 11th, Slavy M and Dana White, as we call him from last week, in 12th and 13th respectively, but not classified. And it looks like Dana White actually could have DNF'd on the first lap, as look, he hasn't got a best time set. So at least Slavy went a little bit into the race, he's actually made a stop. So, but anyway, that's your Evolution and Apex. Very eventful Tuesday night, especially in Evolution. Thanks for the tuning in, guys, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bear with me one moment. I will see you next Tuesday for Apex Division. Look at that. They're coming home. They're coming to my country. Next Tuesday in Spain, Apex, and the last 15 minutes of Evolution. Anyway, guys, and the other ones I will see you on Sunday for Legacy. I don't know where that's at. I'll have to have a look. Anyway, gentlemen, been a pleasure. Evolution was emotional. I'll see you all next week.